Well, hello there, Space Monkeys. Good evening. Welcome to Political Fight Club. I'm Robert Durden. I'm going to keep this episode pretty short. Pretty tired, just got home from work, but I'd like to talk to you guys about the race for Congress in Ohio's 11th District between Nina Turner and Shontel Brown. As you guys know, I covered the last special election between these two pretty in depth, and I was let down a lot by Nina Turner, who I used to find as a very appealing kind of alternative to the squad, somebody I thought that maybe could get to Congress and get them to work together. I have changed my tune because she went totally corporate. She hired a bunch of neoliberal consultants. She hired known losers and people that worked on other campaigns that are neoliberal, like Amy Klobuchar's campaign, and she had Jeff Weaver, who was the guy that told Bernie Sanders he should consider taking billionaire money. I thought it was a very poor campaign. Her ads were terrible, and she is running a similar campaign this time. So I'll predict what I think is going to happen, and then I'll tell you guys what I hope will happen. But first and foremost, she did actually secure in her congressional race an endorsement from one of the squad members. She got endorsed by AOC today, like earlier today. The election's tomorrow. So effectively, that means that early voting ended today or yesterday. And so AOC, she couldn't even get on Bernie Sanders' level. At least he endorsed Nina Turner like last week, giving her some time to, tout the endorsement, maybe get a lot of people alerted to the endorsement. I guess better late than never, AOC. Now, as we know, the entire Congressional Progressive Caucus of 90 people, according to Mark Pocan, I saw this on Case Study QB today, he said explicitly that every single one of the Progressive Caucus voted for Shontel Brown, not Nina Turner. So that includes AOC, but, here's the thing. AOC did give her endorsement to Nina Turner. Whether or not that will have any effect, I don't know. We'll just have to see. Methinks it probably won't. Now, what's different in this race compared to the last one, guys? Not a whole lot as far as the way Nina Turner carried herself. Her ads seem very much like the last ads that she had. They're milquetoast. They use a lot of buzzwords. They use this uplifting music in the background where there's like a piccolo playing, and they don't actually mention what she's going to specifically do to get things like healthcare, freeing, making college tuition free, getting student loan debt canceled, raising the minimum wage. It's a very much a milquetoast, very much neoliberal style ad, the ads that I've seen. So I don't think it's going to resonate any better than it did last time. So since Nina Turner seems to be running the same play that she did last time, I expect similar results. Last time she was outraising Shontel Brown 2-1 in her donations, and she lost by about 4,000 or 5,000 votes, I think. I suspect the results will be probably a little bit worse than that. If I had to guess, I think that Nina will she might put up decent numbers, but I think she'll probably lose something like 55-45, maybe 60-40. But I've been wrong before. I, in fact, was wrong about her the first time because I predicted that she would actually beat Shontel Brown in the first special election that they had. I was wrong. And here's what I hope happens, guys, and I want all you fucking nitwits like Tim Black out there to understand this shit because it's nuanced. Just because I didn't want to donate to Nina Turner and because I am upset with the way that she ran her campaign and because I would never have canvassed for her, I still want her to win. Of course I want her to win. Is she an upgrade over Shontel Brown? Yes, she is. So I actually do hope that Nina Turner wins, and I wish her the best of luck. I guess hopes and prayers there, Nina. If you win, I will be very happy for you. Now, if she does win, which I think is very unlikely, it will give us a chance to do something I talked about the first couple of months of PFC, the Nina experiment, which is if Nina Turner actually gets into Congress, we're going to get to see if Kyle Kulinski is correct when he says that all we need to do is get Nina in there and she'll be the squad's leader. She'll get in there and conk all their heads together like empty coconuts and actually get them to start doing Tea Party tactics, which, by the way, Tea Party tactics doesn't matter if they get wiped out in the midterms. So even if she gets in there now, she's got couple months to get them to do Tea Party tactics. And since Build Back Better is dead, the bill itself is dead, there's not really much time to even see if she's able to get any of this done. But if she gets in there, we get to see whether or not Kyle Kulinski's right or whether or not the rest of us are right, in that if she goes in there and sells out and does exactly what the squad has been doing this entire time, it'll prove that we were right. If she goes in there and the squad suddenly starts getting a lot of these things done because she goes in there with her noble leadership and she's like the, as Kulinski says, the Michael Jordan. If she goes in there and the squad suddenly gets us like a Medicare for all vote, $15 minimum wage, gets Biden to do all of the executive orders we're talking about, if she gets, the squad to leverage Biden to give us student loan debt cancellation, legalizing marijuana, dropping the charges against Julian Assange, then I will eat my words and I will be very happy that she made it into Congress. But methinks Kyle Kulinski's super wrong about that, and it's kind of a moot point because she's not going to win. She's not going to win. If she does, though, we will get to run the Nina experiment that I talked about in the first couple of months of PFC, and we'll get to see whether or not the people that have been talking about Nina Turner being our knight in shining armor that will undoubtedly unite the progressives in Congress behind her unbelievable leadership, which hasn't been actually notable in this campaign whatsoever because she didn't get any progressives other than AOC to even endorse her, and her ads have been awful, then I'll eat my words and admit that TYT and Kyle Kulinski were right, and all we really needed to do was get Nina Turner in office, and it will fix the entire country, and the progressives will finally start fighting for us. But methinks that this will just expose Kyle Kulinski and TYT even further as dumb shits if Nina Turner gets elected, because she's going to go in there, she'll likely sell out, she might be a hair better rhetorically than most of these other squad members. She might be on like Ilhan Omar's level, who generally tends to be a little bit more anti-imperialist than the rest of them, at least on Twitter, and at least sticks her neck out every once in a while for black and brown people. That might be all that we can hope for. But you know what? I'm more than happy to be wrong in this instance, because that would mean that she goes in there and actually gets some things done. So, in that way alone, I hope that she wins, because I think she's going to go in there, do nothing, and it'll therefore further bolster our argument as real leftists that TYT and Kyle Kulinski and David Dole are all full of shit. So that's really my main reason. We can run the Nina experiment if she wins. But like I said, it's really moot. It's moot. I think that the chances of her winning are 10%, maybe. Jordan Sheridan's been on the ground reporting on it, and he's like, well, she has a good chance because I'm seeing a lot of Nina Turner posters in a lot of front yards. Yeah, but when I drive to work every day through, I used to drive to Bloomington, Illinois, which is about 40 minutes from my house, I would see about 100 Trump 2020 posters in front yards and no Biden posters, and Biden's president right now. So that's what we like to call anecdotal, Jordan. So we'll just have to see if you're right or if we're right in the end. And, if it turns out that you're right, I will come out on my show and admit it. I wish you would do the same. If it turns out that Nina Turner gets shellacked, maybe you will come out on your show and say, well, maybe we shouldn't be donating all of our money to these people that is basically, they haven't wowed us, they haven't inspired us, they haven't given us any reason to vote or donate for them. Perhaps we should withhold those donations until they change their tune. Maybe just do some introspection, but it remains to be seen. I will cover this again tomorrow. I'm also going on Franco's show tomorrow, Frank Analysis. We will probably talk about this. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but I imagine the results will be, if not coming in, very close to being done by the time I go on tomorrow evening, and we'll have a chat about it. And you know what? If Nina Turner wins, I really hope she goes in there and changes everything. But methinks you guys are in fucking fantasy land. You're in La La Land if you think she's going to win and go in there and get the squad to work together and get these things done. I don't have any evidence, I've never seen any evidence that that is going to be the case. So, but you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. I was wrong the first time. Maybe I'll be wrong again this time. Anyway, keep fighting the good fight out there, guys. It is interesting, though, that AOC waited till, like, literally the night before to endorse. seems a little calculated, doesn't it? Like, it seems like she waited till like the last second so that it couldn't possibly help Nina win, but so she could rhetorically like look back on this and be like, well, I still wanted her to win because look, I endorsed her, right? And everybody will like conveniently forget that like she didn't endorse her a week or two ahead of time, which actually might have helped her. So like she wants to be on the record as being on the right side of history and being on Nina Turner's side, but she doesn't actually want to help her. That's such an AOC thing to do. That's such a squad thing to do. It's the timing's just a little suspect, don't you think? Anyway, keep fighting that good fight out there, guys. I've got 4 more episodes waiting for you over the next 4 days, and I'll be on Franco's show tomorrow. Talk to you later.